Hello, this is Maurice Parker, introducing the Maurice Parker channel. We're trying to do videos as often as I can do them, at least once a week, once or twice a week. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And I want to get talking to you about this channel is going to feature various topics, various things, and I'm new to YouTube, and hopefully these videos will get better over time. Just stick with me. The main thing I want to start the channel was because I wanted to try something new, exciting, and whatnot. As a theater major, I'm trying to expand and evoke emotion and just talk about personal opinions. Remember, these are just my opinions. These ain't facts. These definitely are things that I have to mind and want to talk about. And if you're still listening, this is great. Um, Once again, if you're new and you like what you see, subscribe. Just give me feedback. I want to get better with time. This is not something I plan to keep stopping. I want to keep starting. Once I put my mind to something, I want to keep trying to keep starting. I want to keep it moving. Uh, One of these topics that I wanted to talk and discuss about today was the fact about friendships. And the reason I talk about this is because, see, there's a lot of gaps between friendships, and people are confused on what a friendship should be. And also, before I do and see talk about this, I wanted to do a quick shout out. One is to Brandon Parker and Eric Robinson on their Always PGH clothing company. It features cool new gear that you can get from them at the store. You can look it up on Facebook. It's called Always PGH Clothing, and they got cool new hats, shirts, sweatshirts, anything that you would like in that department. Also, Pristine Clean is ran by my cousin Donald Parker, excuse me, and he does flooring of any kind. If you need like new floors reconstructed, whatnot, he's the guy. And also, there's another podcast that's called, excuse me for a minute, by my friends Keontae and his friend Ty, called Ascension. On SoundCloud that you can listen to, which is really great. Deep talks just about in life in general, which is really great. Now, as I get into this, when we talk about friendships, we're talking about people who's meant to enhance our lives and decrease our lives. And a lot of times, we only look at the outside. We don't really look at the inside of the person. If a friend is constantly asking you for favors and they're not, giving you any favors back, it's like more like they're getting moved or used on. And the problem is, everybody kind of wants to be liked. Everybody wants to be liked and loved in some way. But in a sense, in a friendship, people should try to get to know you or try to understand, try to help you out, try to enhance your life instead of hindering it. And what I mean by that is, as you walk through life, things change. People go different paths. If you're finding that it's getting stressful, a friendship should never be stressful. If it's like, yeah, you have your ups and downs, but if it's getting to the point where it's too stressful, then you need to stop. And let's review about earlier I was to this podcast about Ascension with my friend Keontae and his friend Ty on SoundCloud. By the way, they talked about basically your ship. You can't move with anchors. And what I mean is, some point, yeah, people might be friends with you in that moment, but doesn't mean they're always going to be your friends. Life takes people in different ways, and people specifically in our generation have a hard time of letting go of negative people. Like, we are so to a point where if somebody is negative, we would keep them in our life and let go of positive people. Why? Because the way society is now, you would think people would want to stay with positive people, but that's not the case. See, you are. They talked about this on the session. You are who you hang around, and if you're hanging around negative people, that says a lot about you because that reflects on you. And they talked about how if you hang around people who don't really have the most up moral morals, that could really, mess you up. I mean, even the Bible says bad company ruins good morals. And another way to phrase it is, if you're hanging around negative people, you will become negative. If you hang around positive people, be positive. No matter how strong willed an individual is, you got to have a strong unit. And sometimes it's okay to be alone because wherever you believe in, whatever religion you believe in or anything, just know that positive people will be in your life. You got to step forward. And another thing that's on my mind as we're talking is this generational gap. Like, I feel like there's a big miscommunication between our generation and our parents' generation. And what I mean by this is, oftentimes things that were not acceptable in their time are acceptable in our time. Like, just because something's a tradition doesn't make it right. Like, I think when it comes to discipline, I think that people need to understand that there's certain way you gotta talk to a child before you're gonna discipline them. You gotta talk to always find out what the child's process is. And a lot of times that's not the case. Oh well, it used to be, oh, want to tell you something, you do it, and da 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 da. That's not how it goes, because you're not, nobody is God or a higher power. You have to understand that you also as a parent are obligated, and people forget this in the Bible. You're supposed to not lead your child to anger either. People who forget, you have to respect your child, even wherever you have to respect your child. That's just my thing. And nobody should force religion or anything upon somebody. Like, look, you can help somebody try to find out what helps you out, but does not mean that you should have to force or whatnot. And just because people choose to go their own way in life, that's nothing negative or bad. Everybody has a right to question things in life, and I think that's another big problem. We have to take mental health more seriously, and I think that that's another big thing that is going on in society. Because in our generation, people can be who they are, whether it's sexually or anything else, and in other generations, it's just not okay. I don't think that that should be any issue. People should be able to live their lives freely, but unfortunately, people feel some type of way because when something changes, people get stuck in their ways, and you don't ever want to be one of those people who get stuck in their ways. It's like sad because everybody has their own destiny to stay afloat and has their own path. If you get stuck in your ways, then the life moves on. Whether you like it or not, life moves on, and definitely need to sit there and reevaluate how you're going to listen to life. And honestly, I feel at this point we've come a long way and changed. See, when people when our generations have a clash, it should never be just because things are different. Yeah, things are going to be different. One era is going to be different than the other era. And nobody should get talked about like these kids nowadays. Look, there's things that we've done better than our parents have done better. Like accept people for who they are, whether it is people's religion, sexuality, just things that you could talk about that you have done better. If you're going to upload the generation, you got to uplift it. Don't talk about the negative, because it's so easy to talk about negative things. Let's talk about positive things, because if we want to be a positive influence on the world, then our families and parents got to be a positive influence on us. You can't talk down on a generation because you're in a sense telling them what's the point of trying if you're always going to talk down. You got to uplift, and I think that is what's lost. And nobody's a snowflake or whatnot, and people could get offended and stuff like that because people realize jokes are not as funny as they used to be because there's a solid undertone, And I feel as though everybody gets mad about that, but look, be honest. We have to try better. We have to do better. We have to help each other out. And that's the first step. I mean, but hopefully, that's what I got to say about that. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this small talk. Hopefully, I want to get better with time, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Have any feedback, and soon. Thank you.